no, please give me a heads up if you can hear me. That way I know everything's working okay. Because you never know with a live stream. So let's go ahead and get this stuff going. Get my Instagram link. Can you guys hear me? Good? I'm waiting. Good. Great. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. The main goal of this is, of course, to help out what that craziness going on the West Coast. It's weird. I've been to a lot of those areas before that are just all gone now. Crypto number one, and Anonymous is number one. We respect you, Anonymous. Crypto's number two. Amazing. So my day's going good. It's funny, on the East Coast, we've had like really, oh wait, did somebody already donate as well? Okay. Yeah. Anybody who donates, I will give obviously a shout out. So it's funny, on the East Coast, it's completely different right now. Like it's cold and wet and rainy. And at the same thing, Anonymous going at it, dude. $20. Heck yeah. Pippo Shake. By the way, I need to record you guys saying, come join the stream. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm going to record this. I'm waiting. There we go. Oh, yeah. Come on in. And we got people donating to the Red Cross. Join the stream. Come through, boys. All right. Dude, it's so funny. Like, you know how I'm not like a big, like, I like streaming a lot, but I don't stream that often. It's always funny how, like, it doesn't matter how big a streamer gets, they still have to do like all these things, right? They still have to do all the checks, make sure everything's working. All right, get this on the story. Oh, okay, sorry. I gotta look up. Here we go. Logan, thank you, Logan. Thank you, Tuxedo Runner, my man. Victor, thank you so much. Light Dot, thank you so much. Tim Ford, Tim Ford, by the way, everybody, go check out his Instagram, because that thing is sweet. Let's see here. I love that car. Let's see. Ink Dragon, thank you so much. All right, let's see. I got to fix this. I should have recorded it on Instagram, but I was a doofus and recorded it on my phone. So give me a second. Oh, yeah. Come on in. Oh, yeah. Behind the scenes of me failing right now. Damn, these donations are going, guys. This is amazing. I'm super stoked. Yeah, 110 is crazy. Dude, honestly, it just shows, like, after all these years of doing this, I have, like, and I'm not just saying this, I mean it. Like, I've always had like the nicest audience. I feel like in the YouTube automotive space, I feel like I've been very blessed with the nicest audience, or the most caring audience. Because even if I ever screwed up over the years, you guys were always very like constructive. You know, it wasn't just like, hey, you suck. It was like, hey, try doing it this way. Try doing it this way. It was never that bad. All right, let's see here. Gonna put it on the story. Come join the stream to raise money for LA wildfires. All right. We're making progress, boys. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'm just so bad at doing this all on stream because I'm Just a slow poke. Bam. Okay. I'm here now. Whoa, Brian with two ends winning right now. $100. Amazing. Thank you so much, Brian. Well, yeah, thank you for me, but of course, thank you to the people out there. Sean, thank you for the $5. That's incredible. It's amazing. Um, I'll also be, answering answering questions as well tonight, because just same old format, but obviously I love this cause. Anonymously, $5. Not the hacking group from 4chan. um, no, I've not seen the S-Spot video, but I can imagine how many cars have been lost. Um, let's see. Let's see. Give me a second. Brian, that's a great question. I still need to go up there pretty soon. Am I upset that Irwindale Speedway closed? Yes, I only got to go there once. It was for the Mustang S650 launch. That was it. I went there, did that, did some autocross and stuff there, and that was the only time I ever got to go. Let me see here. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, Tuxedo, we could definitely do it. I have a lot of travel up, but once I'm like here for a while, we can do it. Anonymous, $100? Man, man, he anonymously did it. That's a true G. At the same time, like, brag a little bit about how charitable you are. Because if the internet knows anything, you got to tell the whole world how good of a person you are, right? Oh man, dude, those are like the worst short form videos. Like if you're on Instagram or anything, and somebody's like, "I went down to the worst part of the city and I donated." It's like this. Bro, you got a DraftKings? Hey man, look, it. I'm sorry, but it pays the bills for me. All right, let's see here. GTD Mustang that crushed the number. I would love, 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 love to drive the GTD. I am going to a Ford Performance event at the end of the month, and I don't really know what's in store for me. So we'll see how that goes. I'll make sure to record everything for you guys. Brandon Nelson, thank you so much for the donation of $10. David, will we ever do a Fox Buddy build? I don't think so, because I've kind of like put my foot in the water to see what the reaction would be, like viewership wise, feedback wise, and it never does well when I do Foxes, so it's kind of a bummer. Police 428, thank you so much for the $20 for the Red Cross. Amazing. As of right now, I have no plans for another project car because mine still have their issues I have to work out. I'm still working out the kinks on the Coyote 240. I'm still working out the kinks on the Hellcat Magnum, which I might sell eventually because it's just so much work to fix. Stuff like that. I still do that. I still have the Integra and I still have the EG hatch, which I also have thought about selling as well because they just don't get driven enough. And I know somebody out there would love them. You know what I mean? If they really took care of them, cleaned them up. The Integra needs, it's a little rough around the edges in a few spots. Like the carpet needs to be redone and the interior needs a little bit of work. And there's a little dent in the front fender because somebody hit it in a parking lot. But other than that, the car runs amazing. It runs amazing. Thoughts on the VR6? Super unique engine. Definitely one of the most interesting sounding engines. I've driven two, three VR6s for the channel. That's crazy how I'm able to remember which ones. It was an R32 Mark IV. It was an R32 Mark 6, I think. I might have that wrong, but it's that generation, the more bubbly one. And then an old Jetta VR6 Turbo I drove as well with a roof rack on it. That's what I remember. Guy was from Puerto Rico. It was super cool. Anonymous, whoever you are, thank you for the $50. That's amazing. Thank you. What 2025 vehicle are you the most excited for? That's tough nowadays, man. I've actually driven a few that I've been curious about. If you're interested, I have a review for it. I haven't released it yet. Need to edit it, but I drove the new M5. I know I don't do a ton of Euro stuff on this channel because it's very unpredictable how the views go with that. But I had the chance to drive the new M5 and the new G80 M4 competition, and or whatever the upper trim level was. And the M5 is, notorious for being heavy and everything else. It was really fast. I mean, that car is really, really fast. Have you driven any V6 manual transmission Accords? Yes, one ever. And it was when I was in high school. But I have not done one for a video. There you go. Like Caleb's, if you know Gingium, I would love to do a video on Gingiums. I love that thing. See, I'm buying a 25 GLI 6-speed manual in April. We'll be traveling down to Nashville to go see a NASCAR race June when I'm down there. Interested to review? That'd be cool, man. Yeah, the GLI. I'm trying to remember what motor for my VW guys. What motor's in that again? Is it the same as the GTI? So I think I did a GLI a couple years ago. I might be wrong. Okay. I'm a little weak on that side of things. I apologize, but know what you know what you don't know. Right. 2-liter turbo. Got it. Okay. Got it. MT82 versus 1080. I've had both. So I still have one. One's gone because of a Nissan Altima, but my MT82 is still going. But I think it's because I know that they can be fragile. So. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Theo. Yeah, the C7 Stingray is a nice interior, especially for the time. It was leagues and bounds beyond the C6. And then GR86, I'm obsessed with. Like, I love that car. I'm going to pop one open for the LA Wildfires. Okay, and so instead of you guys asking me a question, I have a question for you. What do you think is the future of Jaguar? Do you think it's even possible for them to come back? Because I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. Side note, Anonymous, thank you so much, whoever you are, for the $20 for the Red Cross. This is so awesome. This is amazing. This is going so good. I'm so excited about this. Extinction. I had to read that in like some bad movie sequel, trailer talk. Extinction. By the way, notice Mr. Stroop's in here. Nice guy. Absolutely awesome car builds. I doubt it. Trash. Jag done. Eevee or something similar. Yeah, Jag is kind of facing the same crisis as the James Bond series, right? So it's like, hey, we got rid of our main character. Now where do we go from here? Kind of thing. Side note, I can't believe it, but Wheel Pros / Hoonigan came back. Did you guys see that? I think they actually got their ducks in a row and they're okay now, which is pretty wild. I mean, it was like 1.2 billion that they had to reformat and reorganize, which is absolutely insane. I might be wrong on this, so somebody can fact check me on that. But I think they're on the way to a better path. That's what I've heard down the grapevine anyway. Thoughts on the Ford RTR new partnership? It's great because when you have the OEMs backing them, it's even better. And it takes a little bit of a workload off of the RTR guys who really need that. Like, you want to talk about one of the hardest working group of people I've seen in the automotive industry is the RTR crew. And side note, I am friends with some of them, so I am a little biased for full transparency, but it's mostly because of the years of rapport, right, and building up everything. And every single time I'm in the Charlotte area, I go to the RTR lab now and I just crash the party. I just walk in. I'll just go all the way to the back garage and be like, "Sup?" And they're like, "What are you doing here?" Every single time. But everybody there is super cool. I love hanging out with those guys. But it is very interesting. Oh, hey, what's up, man? I did read your email the other day about the 3000 GT. I just do not know when I'm going to be out there anytime soon. But yeah, I definitely want to film it. He's got an amazing build, guys. Definitely check it out. Have you considered motorcycles? No, because I would hurt myself. That's the best way I could put it. Do you plan on going to any motorsports races this year? If you want to consider like Formula Drift, also Grid Life is combined with Formula Drift this year in Atlanta, which is really cool. I'm seeing if I can maybe drive it, but no promises quite yet. Um, I might go to some stuff at Atlanta Motorsports Park, maybe go watch like a radical race because like uh for everybody who hasn't seen it, I got to race in a radical series. Uh, Videos didn't do very well, but it's one of my most proud moments of my whole life. Like I got to go to this radical series and race in it, and it was amazing. Let's see here. Yes, they should just standardize the TR6060. I agree. I agree. If you were to choose between never owning a car again or having 20 cats, what would you pick? 20 cats. 20 cats, yeah. Especially here in the States. You have to have a car. Like, there's just no way around it unless you live in like New York City. What state has your favorite car culture overall? Well, this is one of them. Georgia is one of them. I am insanely blessed here. It's one of the reasons why I moved here. Huge car community, 4 racetracks, decent weather all year long, drifting for $90 every week at our local track. Road Atlanta, Atlanta Motorsports Park, the NASCAR track, Import Alliance, Grid Life, Formula Drift. We have everything here, man. And it's affordable as a person who wants to be in motorsports. Our Cars and Coffee, Caffeine and Octane's massive. No, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not in LA. But I have a lot of time in LA though for filming and working. The Token Channel donated $5 to the American Red Cross. Awesome. Thank you so much. Pacific Northwest plans. I would love to go up there. I just need time and money and planning, of course. That's cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, so John Boy, what's funny is that photo on the left is actually from Saudi Arabia. I just got back from the Dakar rally. And I was like, I don't have like any good photos of myself right now, so that one looks okay. So I just I just use that, and it's in the desert. So there you go. Very different desert, as you can imagine. Um, but yeah, Dakar rally was crazy. That video is going to be a pain to edit because I have so much footage from it. Let's see. No, Stroop, I have not heard about that this year, but no worries. Uh, yeah, so feeling about Dakar, it is a lot. Like the flight there is really exhausting, and to actually see the racing's hard to find, right? Because it's in the middle of nowhere, and if you didn't have exact GPS coordinates on where to go, you'd never find the racing. It is. I saw one stage, and it took like half a day to find it, and then I camped in the middle of the desert, and then saw a little bit more, and that was it. And I flew home. What's up with Smurf? Love that car and color. Wiring issues. Something to do. I can't solve it. It's just sitting in my garage right now. I've tried everything with that car to try and fix the wiring, and it's just making me really sad now thinking about it. I miss that car so much, but I'll never sell it. I'll never sell that car. I'll figure it out some way, one way or another. Side note, let's I'm gonna check in and see how we're doing on the donations. Doing, how we doing? Why is this taking so long to load? We're at $425 already? Oh my god. That is crazy. That is amazing, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Smurf gives a code. It's called, oh man, what is it's giving me different codes. That's the problems. I've replaced the alternator, replaced the battery several times. It had a battery drain. I solved the battery drain. It was that Tesla screen. Remember that Tesla screen I installed? That was the battery drain. Removed that completely. So now I have to find an ancient 2013 tombstone with like the analog buttons on it. Gotta have that. And now it's giving me a high voltage, some weird code I have to solve. But I think Andrew and the guys from Mustang Lifestyle were interested in looking at it when they had free time. So yeah, the thing is, it's tough. Anonymous, whoever you are, thank you. I appreciate you. Not in Christ. Dave, what should I do if I'm starting an automotive channel? Okay, so unpopular opinion, be very careful with it because I'm probably, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, I'm probably one of the only people that'll tell you straight that it's probably the most expensive YouTube channel you could do. Maybe the only rival to that would be maybe music, like music equipment. Um, the risk is so high. I mean, like when you build a car and it doesn't do well, you just lost tens of thousands of dollars, right? With gaming or something like that, you build your PC or you play on console and you just get good at the game and you have to be good on camera. That's what you need, right? However, it's an oversaturated market because it's easy. It's the barrier to entry. So with automotive YouTube, you just have to find a way to be different, but being different is expensive, costly, and takes a lot of time. So if you're like, I'm going to put this engine into here, but there's no wiring harnesses on sale for it, then you're like, well, crap, why did I start this freaking project, right? And that's what happened to me several times. Builds for me have never, the only, arguably, the only car build I've ever done that actually had a decent return was my JZ 240SX the first time around, not when the motors blew up. Guess what? Lost all the money because the motors blew up. But the first time around on that, and the Smurf, arguably, yeah, Smurf, and then the White Mustang. White Mustang was a piece of cake because it was simple, proven, easy. All the parts are on sale, and everybody can relate to it. So there you go. So there's my spiel. Be smart, and with any YouTube channel, quality, quantity, consistency. Consistency is number one. And of course, thumbnails and titles have to be good. And I'll be frank with you, it's the hardest thing for me. I could all day make a decent video, right? And make a creative video, but getting people in is the hardest part. Whew, that was a rant. How much would completely building a car from scratch cost? Well, here's an example. The Magnum Hellcat Red Eye with sponsorship, so with the crate motor with no accessories and the transmission, that reduced, so the motor, the transmission alone was $20,000. So after that, it was like 60. I lost my life savings doing that one because the support wasn't there, their communication was terrible, and it was just really, really bad. So I basically almost went bankrupt building that car. So there's a fair warning for one build that's cool and different, right? It's my best example. And the Coyote 240 as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but would you say it's somewhat easier to do automotive content by doing build series on social media, like short form or reels. So reels, you won't make a living, in my opinion, without like external sponsorship. So like if you're gonna be doing if you're going to be doing like a build series only on Instagram, you're more so trying to get the attention. You can monetize it, but it's more about getting the likes, the views, the insights. That way you get external sponsorship. Um, with with YouTube, you're not going to make money for a long time. You have to realize like when YouTube first came out, right? People did it for the love of creating the content. They didn't think of it as a job. They didn't think of it as money. It wasn't until, 4 years later after the platform came out that they introduced the partner program, which was very selective. Um, but it was just a different planet back then. But now, um, you're going to be grinding a very, very long time before you make any sort of money. That's why I always tell people, like, if you're trying to do this, like, only for the money, you'll kill yourself. Like, oh, I just got demonetized by saying that. Crap. Full discretion. No, I hope this doesn't get demonetized because I want to donate this. Crap. Anyway, um, it'll take you out if you do YouTube just for the money. You have to love this for sure. The bot will go past far enough. Uh yeah, they'll probably take it completely out of context. The Crasher, my most popular video got 13,000 impressions, but only 1K views. So absolutely. So there is the click-through rate, right? Basically the algorithm saying, hey, we showed it to this many people. This is how many came in. And that's a decent ratio, to be honest with you. Um, no, it's not. I don't believe it or not, I don't drink, so this is just blue Red Bull. Do you know of any news of the S650 ECU unlock yet? Can't wait to see what kind of power they crank out. So no. But if you're interested, I did drive the VMP S650, which is the Whipple tune pretty much. And it ran a 9999 on the stock wheels with a radial on the back. So crazy. Anonymous, thank you so much, whoever you are, donating that. I really appreciate it. All right, boys, we're at 455 big ones. $455. I set the goal to 1,500 tonight. That way, maybe we can supply some fuel for a helicopter or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's see here. Are you actually? It's Red Cross, so to be more so support on the ground. Okay. Blah blah blah. Do you know what the shorts on YouTube make more views on my longer videos? Summed up, hopefully. I can finally break out of shorts on something. So yeah, shorts is like for me a weird territory. It actually hurt my YouTube channel. You might have noticed I did shorts for about a year. And it actually like inflated my viewership and reduced my CPM. But I'm a rare case. Apparently, it does great for a lot of other people. I've always been like, this isn't a all poor me, but I've always been an anomaly. Like with all my peers in this industry, they're like, dude, I've never had that problem. Or I've never had that problem. So let's see. What are your thoughts on the return of the Subaru STI? Okay. My question is, do these brands never learn? Like, it's better to just not build it than be like, hey, by the way, it's CVT only, and there's only 500 of them, and it's only in Japan. It's better to just not build it because it just makes you look completely out of touch from a PR standpoint. Yeah, Light Dot, you're telling me, brother. I put my heart and soul in everything, and it's to be transparent. When I hit that public button on a video, I have no idea what's going to happen. Zero idea. Zero. I have an NB Miata as my only car, and it's completely stock. What would be your first mod? Coilovers, wheels, and tires. Done. Then you'll have the best time of your life in that car. Drink some water. EcoBoost swap, says Mr. Stroop. Am I any smarter now? ADHD thoughts with David. Oh, hold on. Just a wee bit. Next time love what you're doing with the live. Thank you. Next time you're in the Southwest, you should come drive my Tundra V8 Swap 73 Hilux. That is cool. That is really cool, man. And yeah, the Hilux last time was awesome. Your Marabera stuff was cool. Yeah, that video had kind of a second life to it. It didn't do well at first, and I was like, oh, that's a bummer. And then later, I guess the Ameribera has gained a little bit more popularity the past like 8 months or so, or about a year. I filmed that last February. Wow. And yeah, it just had a second life. It went from like 30 or 40,000 views to like 100 something. So it's pretty good. Pretty good for me. For me, if I get about 100K, like I feel pretty good. I feel like I've done a service. Actually, yeah. There's that video at. Let's take a gander here. Clickety clack. Clickety clack. It's at 117. Okay. Yeah, 8 months ago I uploaded it. Yep. Cool. Excuse me. Still a big following of the Cobalt Supercharged. Thanks to CCP for providing aftermarket parts for these cars. Drove Ryan's CCP 700 Cobalt S. Yes, I did. That was an amazing time. Side note, I have one more review from my second visit from them that has to come out. They had a Buick Enclave or Encore. It's like the bubbly crossover, and they put a bigger turbo on it. So still have that. Which is the coolest car you've driven in 2024? Actually, hold on. I have my notes here. Oh, side note, here's all the reviews I have to edit. Still going. There's some documentaries in there too. Okay, here's some. I had a top 10 video I was going to make, and then I just didn't have time. So let's see here. And these are by views, believe it or not. So the CBR Miata is really neat. Apparently the internet loved that one because of 500,000 views basically now. Let's see here. Stroop's EcoBoost Fox. Really memorable experience. Who's in this stream right now. Milk Jug. Obviously, round 2 of driving the smart car with the Turbo Hayabusa. That was crazy. Also, a memorable one. Excuse me. That's hard to say fast. The 4B11 Miata. So an Evo 10 swapped Miata. That's my buddy Austin's car. It's crazy. It's awesome. Very, very fast. But yeah, it was neat. It was really cool. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I drove a 2JZ Saturn Sky last year. That was pretty neat. Let's see. These are just nice reminders for me. The VW Swap 944 is really cool too. It was the 5-cylinder out of like a Jetta or a Passat. It was really neat too. All right, what? see here. All right, we have hit stagnation. We're at 444, 45. Wow, that stream is right behind. Wow, that's really good bandwidth, actually. I didn't realize. Got a little bit of stagnation, boys. Got to get a little bit more in there. We have to at least hit 500 bucks. Come on. Got to at least do that. Let's see. Out of an E46 and a Miata, what would you rather LS swap? E46. The wheelbase and everything, you could drift it a lot easier. It'd just be a little bit more balance of a car. Strew Performance coming in hot. My man, he knows what's up. Nick, also 20 bucks. Here we go. All right, how we doing? That brings us a good bit up. We're getting there, boys. 48. How's the Mustang? Is it fixed? You mean the white one? No, that boy is long gone. That got totaled. I made a video about that last April. Yeah, it got toast. It's gone. Let's see. I'm waiting for the chat. By the way, if I ever look like I'm staring into space, it's because I'm waiting for the chat to load. I'm just like, the blue one is still having wiring issues. It stinks. Makes me sad just even thinking about it. Gets the guitar for free. Did you ever get your F-150 sorted? Nope. Nope. I got quoted $5,000 to fix it. So, no. Anonymous dated $5. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Feel like I'm in a 4chan forum when I say that. Have you been hitting the gym? No, but I definitely should be. What happened to the F-150? The cam phasers went out, so it gives a nice clickety clack every time I start it. How much do I weigh? 140. Very impressive, I know. Let's see. I'm actually very happy. I'm very happy where I am. But when I do go to the gym, I actually did Muay Thai for about a year and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, but I need to go back. Need to go back. Yeah, light dot. So my saying is never seen that before. Anytime I build a car, it's like the universe saying just don't build cars anymore. Like it's straight up like just stop. Just do what you're good at. Drive and review cars and tell other people stories. You're just not cut out for this. And it always ends up that way. Do you miss Virginia? Only my friends. It's pretty much it. Because yeah, it's just a hard place to live for what I do, especially with speeding tickets and everything. I don't miss that at all. Just build a car and don't post it. I've thought about it, or just buying a nice car. You know what I mean? Like selling all my projects and just being like, oh look, a car that works. Do you miss the mountains? I got mountains here, and they're even better driving roads for the most part. That's where I do a bunch of my reviews. If I donate $100 to ARC or pay for your NASCAR ticket to Nashville, would you promise do? Dude, you don't got to pay for anything, dog. You just got to come down sometime, and we'll do it. It's all good. Why do you think Mazda hasn't put a manual in the Turbo 3? Oh, that's a great question. Personally, that they I think they might be doing a Mazda speed program and they're just not saying anything. That's my gut feeling because then it would take away the specialness of like a speed 3 or something. This is a prediction stream with David. I think there's going to be some kind of Mazda speed program in the next 3 years. I'm going to say it. I think so. That's my opinion. Do you think videos of you covering someone else's build would do well? So that's what's funny. I did that in the past with my friends back in the day, but that, this is like 10 years ago, so I don't expect people to know. But like with my buddy Zach's hatch, right? It was this EG hatch that we followed the journey of him building the engine in his garage and going to the dyno day, and like that was a great time, right? That was really fun. I actually do enjoy that. I really enjoy documenting something and it takes the stress away from me. Um, and because then, like, I know it sounds really crappy, but I'm not thinking in the back of my head going, this build has to have a return, right? This is more so about the passion, and I'm documenting somebody's passion project. And I enjoy that more than doing the builds anymore because with the builds, I'm just scared everything's gonna break. 'Cause that's what always happens to me. I never get to drive my cars because of just crazy stuff that happens. Um, I mean, that's why during the Coyote swap series last year, we did an entire segment just about all the bad things that have happened to me. Do you like K series engines? Yes, that's why I have two of them. I really enjoy them. What do you think of Hellcats starting to get a bad reputation? I don't think it's the car, it's just what happens to them, right? They get stolen, they end up at takeovers, they end up in bad neighborhoods. It's just like associated with that culture, right? Of just being a hoon, right? And it's interesting because it is a good bang for your buck car. Like when you drive, even like a used Hellcat, you can get for like what, 35 or 40 now, like an older gen one, 700 horsepower. Yeah, Nick, he lives about an hour or so from me, a little bit over. But yeah, I would definitely like to do something with him. He's a nice guy. And just have a car that works. Yeah, I feel that. Oh man, overcooked. You're putting me on the spot for that question. If you had the money, would you get a GTD or a new ZR1? Okay, opinion here. I feel like the ZR1's incredible, but I feel like the GTD is more me. Does that make sense? Like I see myself in that car more. I know that sounds weird. It just I don't know. You ever been like in a car and you're like, yeah, this is me. Like I could see myself doing this. Like the ZR1 though, I would not say no to owning though. Like I would not say no to owning a ZR1. Like I saw it in person and I saw it go in person and it is bananas how fast that car is. Dude, Nick, you got to lean into it. Like at this point, do you know how crazy it is when I go to a car event and I mention any other car that I've ever built and everyone's like, "Oh, you did that? I didn't know that." Like that's all I hear. That's why I'm like, "Why do I do this anymore?" The builds, not filming. Yeah, hang out with Dan. We did a video together about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. We did a video together. I don't have a favorite car I've ever reviewed. I've had more like I've had the most memorable days filming probably, but I don't have like a car that's like that's the one. Yes, Halo in the back of Dan's truck. That is the one. All right, how we doing, boys? And probably the one girl that's in here. 493 or almost a $500. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Have you driven the Lotus Emira? No, but I would love to, but I might have a contact for one, so I might end up doing that. So if you could have the keys to any car you reviewed, you couldn't just pick one. In a perfect world, if the car did not break all the time, Jasmine is one just for the sentimental value, the Evo. Porsche 918, probably the most memorable review day of my life because I felt like I had actually made it as an automotive YouTuber by driving $1 million car. That was up there. Adam LZ's Porsche Turbo was pretty amazing, but his R34 was amazing. Adam LZ's R34 was amazing. I couldn't believe how much I loved that thing because I drove another one, right? I love the twin turbo in that. Oh, sorry, James. Sometimes, no, that's not true. It broke a lot, dog. That one's up there for the sentimental value, though. By the way, James is here now, who owned Jasmine. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. Oh, the Fat House Performance GT350. That one was sweet. Twin turbo GT350 revved at 9,000 RPM and had 1,300 horsepower. That one was awesome. Probably that racing channel, TRC, they had this, James rode in it with me. They had this 2JZ swapped S14, and it's the best one I've ever been in for speed. It ran a 799. It had a full interior. That one was insane too. Thanks, Drew. I appreciate that. Let's see. Well, farted so hard. The Palisades is not the only neighborhood that got burnt down. There are a lot of other neighborhoods that are less fortunate that got burnt down too. Yo, it's that guy in one color. You play PC? No, I don't play PC. I play console because I'm on a computer pretty much all day. I know that PC is the master race, and I used to game on PC, but gaming for me is now like my escape, right? I sit in a very comfy chair in my living room and I just play my game and I go to bed. So that's that's more so how I look at it. Will Mitsubishi make a return? No. Will you ever review turbo motorcycles? No, I can barely ride a bike as it is, so no. All right. Let's see here. Would you check out any of the mod? Hey, Anonymous, $5. We're almost there. At least, let's see, we're at 498. Absolutely amazing so far, guys. Especially for a group of only 100 people on stream, the fact that we already made $500 for this is amazing. James, next trip to, ooh, maybe I can convince you to go ice drifting. That might be the next thing. It's in February. We'll talk later about that. But I have to figure out the dates first because it depends on when the lake freezes. Let's see. Well, thank you, farted. I appreciate that. And that's a phrase I thought I'd never say. Don't let David play Tarkov. I've played Tarkov before. It was frustrating, but it's a very good game. Do you think Mazdas make good first cars? I personally think the Mazda 3 is a great first car. Basically, James, it should be on. If you scroll down, uh, under the chat, it'll say "Donate Now," and then it says California Wildfire Support. Honestly, yeah, I think with Fast and Furious, the first three are all of our favorites, right? But four is so forgettable, but five, as like, I think five is the best of the rest. That's my personal favorite of the rest. After that, don't remember. Don't remember hardly any of them. If you guys remember, I did a marathon where I watched all of them at once for a video, and it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. James has donated $100. Holy crap, dude. Amazing. And that's why we've been friends for so long. My man. If you were to build a sleeper for yourself, what would it be and why? You know, I've always been partial towards the Honda Accord wagons. I don't know if you guys remember them, but I just always really liked the look of those. That would probably be the sleeper I built. Or some German car that's silver, like what Arnie did. Yeah, Mr. Theo bringing it out. We're a third of the way to the goal. This is amazing. Yeah, Police 428. That's when it just turned into live action anime at that point. Wow, that's crazy. Mechanicsville, Virginia, man. That is like, I used to skate at Pole Green Skate Park in Mechanicsville. That's my main memory of that area. But it was a metal skate park, so it hurt like hell when you fell. Waiting for the chat to load again. Yo, when do you come back to VB? When it's a little bit warmer, but I do plan on coming back. Any skate park meetups like the old days for the homies, man? Yeah, that was really fun, man. Those are good times. Now I just haven't done that in a long time. But I skate Bay Creek more than Duncan Creek. That's where I used to skate a lot more. But yeah, Bay Creek's fun. Any other video plans? Any hints? Yeah. What do you want to know? I've got an entire list. If you'd like to see all the videos of this year, for the most part, at least a lot of them, I can even go down this list if you want, but just let me know if you want to hear them. Any Lexuses? I'm trying to think. Not yet. I'm talking to one, though. Will we get the new RX-9 before GTA 6? What do you guys think? No, no. I think GTA 6 will come out first. I just went beep boop bop in my brain. I was just like, maybe, no, maybe, yes, no, no, maybe. I would love to drive the LFA. I was supposed to at one point, but it didn't happen. Tristan, there's James. What was the name of the fortress that we filmed Jasmine? Is it Fort Monroe? That place is awesome for filming. Love that place. It's cold though. Really cold. Do you think the 6.0 GTO is a quick car? My pap had one. Yeah, yeah, no, it's a decently quick car. I enjoyed them. They're pretty fun to drive. I've driven the 6.0 once, but I reviewed a 5.7 with a supercharger on it, so it made up the difference, right? What's the craziest sleeper you've ever seen? A hearse. Probably a hearse. Somebody mentioned a hearse earlier. My friend Arnie had the world's fastest hearse at one point. I think it was sub 10 seconds, if I remember right. It's crazy. Oh, good. I'm glad you like the AS300, man. That's awesome to hear. Worst car ever made? I'll go Yugo. That's an easy one. They literally just fall apart as you drive them. Aztec is a useful car. It's ugly, but it's a useful car. Side note, the guy who designed the C7 Corvette designed the Aztec, which is insane, but it makes sense. You know, I have a good question for you guys. What do you think is what car do you not like that everybody else seems to like? That's a good one. Also, Mr. Stroop, yeah, it did awesome. James here helped save my life with Cosmic Drift, and it exceeded expectations. We had double the attendance as last year. It was amazing. So it'll probably be next October. That's probably if I decide to do it again. Supra. Okay. Type R. Focus RS. Literally any BMW. Skyline. What do you think about the new factory-made RTR EcoBoost? It's great for them. It's gonna be great for RTR. It makes me happy. Raptor and Ford guy never spend money on a Raptor. Yeah, they are very expensive. Supra. Don't like the Challenger. Big BMW hater here. Most underrated car. Hmm. Maybe not my final answer, but just so you guys aren't just sitting here forever, I would say the car that I think got more hate than it needed, but was actually surprisingly fun to drive was the last generation Celica GTS. I know it's a weird choice, but and it's front wheel drive, but it was surprisingly fun to drive. I was really shocked because I was a hater, because it was front wheel drive, it wasn't rear wheel drive, but it's because it came out the same time as the Hondas, right? It makes sense, but it was a really fun car to drive. Last gen MR2 as well. That car is really fun to drive. People hated that car too. The MR2 Spider, really fun car to drive. G87 M2. I got a review for it. Actually, I reviewed it, but not a lot of people were interested in it apparently. So, but no, I enjoyed it. I think it was a fun car to drive. I drove it manual too. It was really cool. Do you like rat rods? Yes, rat rods are sick, man. I drove a 1300 horsepower one for the channel once. It was crazy. Worst infotainment? I would say some European brand. Honestly, I can't off the top of my head. One of the German brands. I actually have not. I don't have enough time with the Volvos, to be honest. Have you ever driven R34 GTT? Yes, I have. It drives very similar to the last generation, like R33. I like rear wheel drive. You know what I mean? Like the GTR has all the benefits of everything else, but yeah, dude, rear wheel drive is just fun. If you were forced, excuse me, wow. If you were forced to modify an EcoBoost Mustang, no swaps, what would you do to make it unique and tasteful? Honestly, I would do Bong Su. If you go to my channel, I did a big turbo one, but not so much for the turbo, but for the looks. Bong Su nailed it. Like it was stunning. I love the way that car looked in person. So if you're ever interested, that's how I would. It was an amazing looking car in person. What car costs more than it should and why? Any S chassis, 350Zs and 370Zs. Those things should be dumb cheap, but the prices went up. Criminally underrated car from this decade? Oh man. Sorry, when I do this, I'm going through a filing cabinet in my brain. Oh man. Um See, I drive so many like old cars, like tuner cars that it's hard for me to remember like some of the newer ones I drove. Hmm. Hmm. Let me think on that. You know what? Manual Mark V Supra. Manual Mark V Supra. That car's great. It's great. Like I when I drove it, I was like, wow, this car is so much better than the ZF one. Like in every way. You don't have to call it a Supra, but it's a good car. What would be your track weapon if you were to put down a time on the Nürburgring? Probably a Miata. A Radical. It's what I have the most seat time on track. Like an open cockpit Radical SR1. That's what I would do it in. Any car in particular you've been really wanting to review? A lot of really rare stuff that you'd have to ask a museum for, like Ford RS200 or Audi Quattro, Group B, all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, more historically significant stuff, and a Koenigsegg. That's like the most expensive car I've ever wanted to review is Koenigsegg. Whoa! Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're at $598. Cranking it up almost to 600 bucks. Thank you, guys. What World War II vehicle would you want to review the most? I feel like I have to tread lightly here, knowing my history. Um, hmm. That's a hard answer because I just think about tanks, right? And I reviewed a tank, and it was the worst performing video of that year, so that didn't work out. I did it. I drove a T-72 freaking tank, and I drove over cars with a British Centurion. When you got oh, that's a great question. When you got into the car scene, what platforms do you see a lot of that you don't see anymore? So a lot more DSMs. I can tell you that. Um, James, if he's still here, might help me out with it. In Virginia Beach, there was a 2G Eagle Talon. It was like the green turquoise, and he was one of the fastest guys in town. I just can't remember what his name was. I think it was what's his name? I think it was Travis or something, but he had Hoosiers all the way around. So that was a big one. Um, that car was fast. It didn't work a lot, but it was fast. Um, Let me see here. Pyro the Cat donated 20 bucks. Amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Saw a lot more lots of catfish Camaros, like WS6, Trans Ams. I remember seeing lots of those back in my hooning days on the street. Let's see here. Obviously Hondas, but Hondas are still pretty relevant, but they dominated too. I'm thinking. I'll think on that. Do you watch F1 at all? Yes, I am a casual fan. I know the drivers and I know their teams, and that's about it. Don't have a favorite team. Datsun V video a couple years ago. Which one? Because the first two I did were in 2016. That's how long ago it was. And then I did one in 18. That was my friend Jesse's. Had the RB in it. What more fun, in your opinion, horsepower wise? 400 to 600, 7 to 900, 4 to 600. Perfect. Like, it's usable. You can stop in time. You can use it a lot more. You're not pissing the entire world off. You don't need football fields. 7 to 900 is a one trick pony for the most part. Like, it's an amazing experience that first time you do it. But just for the versatility of like 4 to 6, it's perfect. We need a fleet update. Okay, I still have everything. Like an idiot. Except the white Mustang. It's gone. Yeah, Osheets. I've been to the one in Marietta, yes. Genesis Coupes, yeah, you don't see them as much as you used to, for sure. If you could only own one car, what would it be? Probably. I mean, Mustang obviously has always served me right. But if you're talking about like a four-door sedan, I really like Audi RS3s. That's a big one. I love the sound of them. Um, R7s are crazy. The new M5 is crazy. What American sedans are there anymore though? That's what I'm trying to think of. Um, hmm. But yeah, it's tough thinking. Do you still get in the shop and wrench on anything? Right now, I don't really have anything to work on other than just tinkering. So it's not like I need a lift and stuff. It's just kind of like I got to fix this line that's leaking and like stuff like that. Would you not recommend to build cars if you don't know how to wrench yet? Just yes and no. If you're really, I'm not the one to ask this. Probably Stroop can help me with this one. I know that I'm good at filming and driving. That's what I know I'm good at. I'm terrible at wrenching. I've never been a good wrench, and it was very hard for me to come to terms with that, like knowing what I was good at and what I'm not good at. Because I realized that every single time that I worked on a car with a friend, I was just in the way. Like I just slowed everything down. So, but yes, Stroop, he's right. It's the only really way to learn is by doing it. You can't read a manual and go, "Oh, this is how you do it." You got to just do it. Shane Tyler, I'm considering buying a GT 500. Which year would you buy and why? Depends on what your goal is. If you just like, I mean, the best one is the 2021. Like, it's the best one ever made. It's arguably, like, on paper, probably the best Mustang ever made. It handles the best. It drives the best. It has, oh my God, it's amazing. Um, that car blew me away. Like, in a straight line, it's fast, but it's this that blows your mind. Um, the 1314 GT500 is still one of the gnarliest cars you could ever buy, like stock. It's just an animal with the live axle too. Yeah, see, yeah, Light Dot makes a great point. I was very fortunate, and my first car was an '02 Mustang, and it was the two valve that was practically invincible for me. I never had a problem. And then my three valve, I had an '06 Mustang after that, and that had an alternator go out, and that was like the extent of my problems, right? I never had like the oh my god, like I'm stuck, like I have to do this right now. Which ended up being kind of a detriment later for me when it comes to that side of things. But I was just really lucky. You know what I mean? But it's definitely still not my strong suit. I really struggle with like analytical things and like step things. It's very hard for me. Favorite front wheel drive car. I mean, Civic Type R is amazing. Cobalt SS is really fun to drive. Unpopular opinion. I think they're really fun. Focus ST, no, Fiesta ST. Fiesta ST is way up there. I love the Fiesta ST. Like, if you have a Fiesta ST and you're on like Tail of the Dragon, it doesn't get better as an enthusiast. It kind of doesn't when it comes to like just fun. We are at $618. Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much. Waiting for the load. Sorry, guys. Ever been to a vehicle auction? Yes, I have. I've always wanted to go to Meekum or Barrett Jackson, but I've been invited to Barrett Jackson twice, and it always collided with another event the same week that I had other obligations to. You'd be surprised how many car things are booked on the same week. It's really tough for me. Like since I'm not, I'm a one man band, right? I can't be in a million places at once, which I wish I could be. But yeah, there's so many times I go, oh my god, I can't go. It's such a bummer. What's the best car for a drive? Minivan, dog. Just get that sliding door open. Can't you clone yourself? Yeah. Sure. You should visit the Middle East car scene. I just got back from Saudi Arabia, believe it or not. But I do have a connection now in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, so that might happen as well. I can't imagine how expensive that plane ticket is right now, though. Ooh. That's awesome. Thank you, Azam. I appreciate that in Oman. Have you ever sold a car you wish you had? My first car. I miss my first car a lot. Even though on paper it's not as good, I just miss it because of the memories I had in it. Anonymously, $5, 5 bones or eddies, as they say in Cyberpunk. Freaking 622. Let's go. Minivan mentioned. Sorry, guys. Chat is being a little slow. Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever regretted not buying a car when you had an opportunity to? Yes, once. If you go way back in 2014, I drove a S14 with a KAT in it. And it was the only car at the time where I got out of the car and I should have just asked to buy it because I loved that. And Blue Jay Z would have never existed probably. That would have probably been Blue Jay Z. But yeah, I just told myself, I talked myself out of it. You should, oh, hi, Sharpen. He was in Canadian friends. Well, I, I, yeah, I need to. I just need to. I haven't been to that part. It's so funny. I've been everywhere else in Canada, excuse me, except there. Ooh, Nick, my personal opinion, find a cleaner example than going through all that trouble, but that's just me. Yeah, I heard they were trying to ban K trucks, but I'm not surprised that they're thinking about it because they end up on the highway on I-85. It's already dangerous enough. We at 622, baby. Yeah, let's keep going. It is a fun way to learn how to weld. I am now smarter. Not really. I have not driven the AutoZam. I've always wanted to. I would love to drive the AutoZam. Yeah, Nick, if you're confident in your abilities, man, just go for it. And then whatever. It's already damaged, right? So if it doesn't work out, you go, oh well. I have reviewed a Toyota Crown. That was in 20. When was that? Please hold. That dude in blue Toyota Crown. Oh wait, didn't I named it? Oh, there it is. 8 years ago? Holy crap. 2016? Insane. Insane. So, fun story about the new Crown. So, I was really lucky. I went to this thing called Toyota Headquarters HQ Confidential. So, I signed an NDA and got to see some stuff they were working on. And I saw the Crown before everybody else did. And I was a little wary of it. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how this is going to go. Um, so, I haven't driven it yet, but it definitely doesn't feel like the old Crown, right? But that's when I saw the new Prius for the very first time. And can somebody please tell me why the new Prius goes so hard? Like, I actually like the new Prius. It was so funny because in the room when they pulled the drape off, all of us looked at each other and we were like, we're not supposed to like this. I thought it was cool. Oh, Sharpen coming in hard with the $5 Canadian. Oh, hey, Ultra Magnus. Hope you're doing well. It is going, man. I know I'm always talking about going down under, but this life is keeps getting in the way. Trying to get down there. Yeah, dude. The new one looks great. It looks absolutely great. Thank you for the love from Indiana. Thank you so much. But yeah, the new Prius just looks good. See, this is when I need to learn how to like run like when I stream, I need to learn how to use like OBS and like share my screen and everything. That would be really convenient right now because we could like look at cars together. But that's for another day. I still am getting over that I reviewed The Crown 8 years ago. Insane. So it's true that you met Scotty Kilmer only once. Yes. Only one time and once in the afterlife, I guess. Yeah. Time flies when your project cars are doing project car things. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, side note, anybody here know what the best streaming software is for stuff like that? I know there's another alternative to OBS. I just can't remember it right now. Everyone's saying OBS anyway. Got it. StreamYard. That was the one I was thinking of. That was the one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing about the car industry, it just does this, man. You know what I mean? It just constantly goes up and down. But here's the thing, this is my opinion. I think the companies or the dealerships specifically got really used to COVID prices. They got used to overcharging and people just saying, screw it, I'll buy it and I don't care. Fast forward to now, we're like, now wait a minute. No, you can't be doing this forever. And I think that's where we're at right now. We're in this weird crosswind of like going, no, no, wait a minute. We can't be doing this forever with these dealer markups and everything like that. It makes sense. Have you ever had any issue with a sponsor or collab? Yes. But by the way, thankfully, I wasn't a crazy victim of it, but I was sponsored by Honey for 2 videos. If you guys have heard about that whole scandal, but thankfully it didn't really affect me because I didn't have an affiliate code. It was just more so like a promotion. So, but yeah, a lot of people got screwed over by them. Tons of people lost so much money from that. Because if 5.0 swapped into me, I consider it a good swap. I've seen it done once. There's a Facebook page that does like coyote swaps and whatever, and some guy really nailed it in his, and it looks amazing. Let's see here. Oh, you'll be fine, Tuxedo. You're fine. Let's see. What do you think about the new Honda stuff? I'm curious about the Prelude. I'm curious about how that's going to go. The new cars are fine. I think they're good. The new Type R is great, obviously. Um, but I haven't driven a lot of their other cars because since I mostly drive performance stuff, I don't drive a lot of the commuter stuff for the videos. I mean, um, second. I hope the Celica and MR2 happen. I really do. I would really love for that to happen because then it would just bring Toyota full circle at this point, man. Love to see that. That's a great question, Victor. My brain's going to be on fire thinking of that one. How's Project Car Exchange going? Any plans for it? For you guys don't know, I have a website that curates project cars on the internet called projectcarexchange.com. So far, it's going pretty good. We've had decent traffic. I'm really happy with it. And overall, it's a very casual experience, but I think we're going to keep upgrading it to give it more of a value proposition because the traffic's good and the potential's there, but we just need to really push the potential some more. And there's some really good stuff on the website. I mean, this is where I would go screen share and say, check out these cars. Because there's some really good stuff on there that we found. Does winter affect your YouTube schedule? Not too bad because down here in Georgia, we don't get a ton of snow. We actually just had snow 2 days ago. It's gone now. Like it's completely gone. But other than that, what I do on trips a lot of times I'll mass film, right? So I'll just get a whole bunch of car reviews and then I put them in my back pocket when I need them, but then I focus on current events, right? So if let's say somebody unveils a car or unveils a sports car, like the new Prelude, I need to talk about the new Prelude. I'll put the reviews off to the side, get that done, film that, do the research, do the writing for that and all that, or, improvise and film it, edit that, get that out first because it's more of a priority and it's a current event. And then I go back to my review schedule. That's typically how I do it. Stroop, Performance or Downforce Motorsports, the same people I filmed with in Pittsburgh, they have a 3.5 EcoBoost GT40, and it's badass, dude. No, I never drove the Prowler. Never drove the Prowler. Yeah, I would drive the Cybertruck. I have not driven the Cybertruck, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would drive it just to say I did it. I just hit my knee so hard against. I know it doesn't look like it, but I just pinched like a nerve against my desk like an idiot. Whew. My God, that was dumb. Don't you hate that? You're like, I've been on this earth long enough not to do this. Esteban, I think so. I think they're about to go through a really, really hard time. Like a really hard time. All right, we are at $625. I'm kind of hoping to get to at least $1,000. I think that's my goal. I think that's an okay goal. Maybe 1,500 was a little ambitious, but maybe we can get it to $1,000. Dylan coming in hot with the 5 buckaroons. Thank you so much, Dylan. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure they will appreciate it too, whoever you're helping. So, yes, Stellantis is just in financial trouble, basically. It's very, very tough. There's just a lot going on. I mean, their Dodge Charger reviews were not good. The new one. As Rich Rebuild says, it's a car that feels like it was built in 2018. Not great to hear from one of the biggest EV enthusiasts on YouTube. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, Sharpen coming in hot. By the way, I have played Xbox with this man, and he's a very, very cool dude. And now he's even cooler because he donated to the American Red Cross from Canada. Have you heard anything about the next Mustang model after the SOC? No, I think they're going to live out this one for a while. I do not have a motorcycle, and I probably will never own one because I would get hurt. Any update on the four-door Mustang? Not quite, but I'm going to do some digging pretty soon. We'll see what they do. They should just call it the Falcon because it would be sick. I wish they would do that. It's Maple Leaf Power, dog. It's all good. It's a bill that smells like maple syrup. Well, also the Canadian money has that special trick, right? You can't tear it. I remember being so mind blown when I saw that the first time. I was like, "What the heck?" What car collab do you think would work together great? Perfect. Toyota and Yamaha. I want them to build another car together because all of them are good. The Supra and the LFA. Build another car together, please. I love how this stream just turned into the different types of materials we use money. By the way, who here knows what American money is actually made of, and it's not paper, or at least some of it's made of? I'm curious to see if anybody knows it without Googling it. Yep, Dylan's got it. Ding, ding, ding. What do you think about the Nissan Honda merger? It's a great question. I think it's good for Nissan. They need help right now, man. I think they need some guidance because just like what happened with that new STI, completely tone deaf. Um, Ultra Magnus, of course, you're gonna say that. Of course, you're gonna say that. But anyway, I really think that it'll benefit Nissan for sure. What would that look like? A GM Honda collab? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird. Did it? Did the Saturn Vue have the J35? Oh, I'm also. Oh, but you know what I was? My brain just did this. It went to the Pontiac Vibe because it's the Toyota Matrix, not Honda, Toyota. Yeah, 2ZZ motor in that, I think. And I drove one with a turbo on it. It was so much fun. I couldn't believe how fun that thing was. Hey, brother, would you ever do a review on the BMW M6 V10? Yes, I would love to do that. I've done the M5 V10, but yeah, the M6 is hard to find. The AMG Honda? No, I usually know all this weird stuff. I'm actually learning. This is awesome. Now I didn't know that they had AMG Hondas. It's kind of like when you find out that there was a McLaren Fox body. That was like the weirdest thing. And I learned that at Mustang Week. At my first Mustang Week, I walked past a Fox body and it had McLaren on the back bumper. And I was like, huh? But yeah, that was a really cool thing. I love those epiphany moments when you realize that these brands collab with each other, you know? Okay, we've been stagnant at 643, but overall pretty solid for only 100 people watching. Pretty amazing. I say only. You guys are all very special to my heart. No, I would never review motorcycles because one, I don't know anything about them, and two, I would get hurt on them. So I just don't. I've had 3 friends die on them. So yeah, I stay away. I'm already doing dumb things in cars, let alone that. If you didn't go with the DC2 chassis, what chassis would you run? Well, the EG. EG. So that my other favorite Honda, like front wheel drive of that era. Lee, yes, I did hear about that. Yep, I still got it. If you want to buy it, let me know. Because like that car, I just don't drive it enough. If anybody's interested, just put it out there. As a joke, would you review a tractor? I think it's funny, but the thing is I tried that with a tank and it just didn't work. Like anytime I do like the parody reviews, they just do really bad. Yeah, that might be the only exception. If I could actually drive a Lamborghini or a Porsche tractor. There's a way. I'm trying to see something real quick, guys. Yeah, after the stream, I'm going to try to make it so I can extend this donation because I think I accidentally set it to a day. Oops. There's only 3 hours left on it. So at some point, I'm going to get off this and fix that, hopefully. Oh, Fernando, thank you so much for the $5 for the American Red Cross. It's awesome. Do you think I should get a PT Cruiser? Probably not. I would steer clear of those. Victor Bryce donated $10. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's really exciting stuff, guys. Like I get the biggest dopamine hit when I see those donations, man. Because it's like not only are we hanging out and doing cool things and talking cars, hopefully we're helping somebody out there. Do you want to do a video for Riverside 10 in Chattanooga? I don't really do car show videos anymore because that's kind of the dying art, right? Like the glamour shot videos just don't do well because back in the day when I did those, they could be 5 minutes long and it was healthy and it was good. Right now, you need at least 10 minutes for a video on YouTube for the most part. And yeah, it just doesn't work well. It's tough. I have not seen Kentucky Ballistics PT Cruiser. No, I have not seen it. Another K1 meetup. I could maybe have that be arranged. I know a guy. I'd be down to do it because I love going karting, man. Love going karting. It's like a drug. Oh, we gonna put a tinfoil hat on? Do you think the fires were arson? Hard to say, but I wouldn't put it past it. You know, people are dumb. Like I hate to say it, but just people are crazy and people are dumb. So you can't take that possibility out. Here's a fun question for everybody. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? Even if you don't believe in it, what's your favorite one? If you have one that kind of just pops up and goes, that's kind of interesting. This will be interesting. Hmm. Anonymous, whoever you are, thank you for donating $20. I think there was a PT Cruiser with that motor in it. I just can't remember which one. The Kennedy stuff is wild. Yeah, seriously, this goes on and on. Ancient technology, lost civilization. That's a good one. I like that one. Harp Station. Yep, I have so many. I watch the Y files too often. Yeah, 911. Why does the Chevy SS look like a PT Cruiser? Do you mean like the HHR? Because those were direct competitors. I think I've watched that channel before. I'm trying to think if I have. Let's see. Oh man, they got the AI generated thumbnails, dog. That's how you know they're putting the tinfoil hats on. Manual probe GT. I would love to do that. I really like those kind of cars. My favorite one is that all Serbians are aliens. One believed by non-Serbs because of their language, and also by Serbs because they're racial. And we're getting to the Yugoslav territory, dog. Who we? Side note, it is absolutely crazy to me that we didn't really learn that in the United States. We did not learn a lot about the Yugoslav wars when they literally happened while we were growing up. Blows my mind. Not a correlated thing, but still crazy. We didn't really learn too much about them unless you're a dork like me and look things up. Pyro the Cat donated $100. Holy crap, $772. Let's go. That's right. That's right. Oh wow, Dylan, that's insane. That's intense. I recently met someone in in Jacksonville, Florida. His name's Ned. His family was part of it too, and they escaped to here. So, and it happened in the '90s. Like literally, it just happened. Historically, that just happened. Right? Insane. Cade Kuda, look up. There's great documentaries about them on YouTube, and Highly recommend it because it's a very complicated one. I'm sure Dylan here can agree. It's a very complicated thing. You kind of need somebody to like literally walk you through it. It's not like these are the good guys and these are the bad guys, like World War II or something. All right, Mendoza's Coyote, thank you so much again. $5. Amazing. Yeah, Jacob, that's what I mean. Super talented, but for some reason, those videos just don't hit the same for people as much. My dad was sent as a NATO peacekeeper. Wow. What a time. What a time. Would you drive a Hellcat Dakota? Yeah, I would do it. That sounds fun. Yeah, the Dakota is what Dodge, I think, originally wanted me to do for Roadkill Nights. They wanted me to do a truck originally. I ended up doing the Magnum because I was like, wagon. Whoa, Tuxedo, I didn't know that about you. That's wild. Wow. Yeah, Dylan, for sure. For sure. Now we're getting to the weeds, fellas. Sorry. Like I find, like I said a million times before, if I was not a car channel, I'd be a history channel because humans fascinate me and events fascinate me and history fascinates me. So I promise to stick to where we're going. All right, let's see here. Letting it reload real quick. So yeah, you joined a car live stream when we were talking about the Yugoslav wars in the 90s. That's what you got into. Oh, well you'll well James, if he's still here, I know he loved working with the Lithuanians. Uh James, for everybody's knowledge, he was in the military as well. Oh man, what's your favorite ride you've driven? Oh, I don't have a favorite, but the one that probably the two that scared me the most because I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Dodge Omni GLH with like 500 horsepower. I couldn't control it no matter what I did. And then Adam LZ's Barra GT350 before he sorted it. Like unpredictable and terrifying. And when you would get on it and let off the gas, it would keep accelerating for about two or three more seconds. Terrifying. Chaz, $50, man. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow, that really puts us closer. We're at 827, guys. This is amazing. This is so cool. Like, OG automotive YouTube audience clearing the way, guys. Absolutely amazing. So happy about this. Amazing. The goal is 1,500, but if we hit at least 1,000, if we hit that magical comma, I think we've done some good work. Do you still do blow? I never did blow. What are you talking about? I'm like the straightest as guy ever. I don't even drink. Let's see here. Have you seen more R34s lately? No, but I've seen lots more R33s because those have gone a little bit down in price. No, I moved to Georgia in 2016. That's when I moved. I was in Virginia most of my life though. Born in North Carolina, moved to Virginia, and then moved to Georgia. Let's see. What's your honest thoughts on LSG iron platform? So I have a very surface level knowledge of that. Um, but I really enjoyed them. When I drove the Ion Redline and the Cobalt SS, I was like, why do not more people drive these? Because they're so cheap, right? But, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think it just got a bad rep because it's in that SRT4 kind of vibe. Any other hobbies you don't post on socials? I video game a lot. I love gaming. Uh, I know it's a very generic answer, but skateboarding, gaming, um, traveling, right? But that kind of comes with the territory of what I do. Trying to think. Still play guitar sometimes, yeah. I'm okay at guitar. I'm not that great at guitar. I do it for fun. I'll like look up a tab and go, I think I can do this. Pulled over, yes. Crashed, no. To answer your question. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Oh, this thing's hot. My webcam hot. I have an external webcam on this monitor, by the way. That's why I said that. Whenever I can kind of fix the... No? YouTube is my full-time job, and it has been for almost 15 years now. Almost. Crazy. A sim rig watching David driving chat. Yeah, that'd be kind of a neat idea, right? To kind of integrate everything. Imagine me trying to answer like super chats while drifting. It'd be so disorienting, but I would try. I would do it. Yeah, the pullover experience was not that great, but I got out of it. I don't have a racing sim. I don't have one. No. I do go to this sim cafe though sometimes. Like it's like a LAN party place you can go to. It's called Torque Motorsports in Duluth, Georgia. Uh, and you can just go there and pay $15 and drive a Seta with your friends in tandem. I do that quite often. It's fun. I know. I cannot believe I've been here this long in Georgia. I wonder here. I'm gonna ask you guys something. I'm gonna change the lighting in here. I'm gonna ask you which one you like more. Okay, so we have this normal David lighting, right? Okay. Please hold. And then we got oh man, woo, gotta fix that. And then we have this lighting. Maybe it'll be a little bit better. Oh wow, it's like super. Hold on. Nope. What if I do this? One sec. Why is it not changing the brightness? Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, it's like kind of hard. That's really bright. Hold on. What, like this? Hold on. You see, that's like too blue. This sounds like I'm about to have a very serious podcast. You know those podcasts that like only go in black and white? They're like, I'm here to tell you leadership stories. Yeah, it is too bright back here. Let's see here. Oh, now it's too dark. Maybe if I do this and then do this. That's kind of nice. I mean, it's not great for my webcam, but I think this is a little bit better. What do you guys think? Better? Should I leave it like this or just turn the overheads on again? Leave it. Okay. Well, tell you what, I gotta take a photo. I gotta take notes on like, because these are customizable. These are completely off what I use for filming. So give me one sec. Boom. And boom. Okay. So my little legs. All right. Hi, I'm David. I'm here to tell you about your car's extended warranty. Literally, that dude in blue. Literally. Here, one sec. I'm gonna see. We're at 827. Come on, y'all. We got to get to at least 1,000. Got to get at least to $1,000. It's all I ask. All I ask. Show your sim setup. I don't have one. I don't has no sim setup. Did you join the photography class? I was in photography class in high school. I was in the dark room, did the whole thing, the whole process and developed photos and all that. And I was the kid that had to help out the bad kids who bullied me or they would flunk. And I was way too nice and I helped develop their photos. Hands up, Panther donated 5 is a euro. Thank you so much. Seriously, that's awesome. Do you still have the scar from the science cut? Whoa, somebody's bringing it back, dude. All right, does anyone here know the science class story? I want to see if anybody knows that. I mean, we're talking, this is a vlog I recorded like over a decade ago now, I think. You want to hear the science class story? Dude, tell us. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'll try to make this quick. So basically, I was I was bullied really bad in high school, and I think my bullies would say I wasn't, but I was. And so basically, I'm in chemistry class, right? So I'm junior year of high school. And did your high schools have the big black tables? Like if you're in chemistry class, you know what I'm talking about? Like where you put your apron on and you have your goggles and like all that stuff, right? So big, the big tables and everything. And we have 4 people per table. And then there's another table behind me. And I hear them whispering. And one of the guys in the table behind me always gave me a really hard time. Like it was always kind of poking and prodding and all that kind of stuff. And I just was ignoring him. And by the way, anonymous, whoever you are, thank you for donating. So I'm basically on the verge of failing chemistry. Not because I didn't try, because I just didn't get it. Math and science were my biggest weakness, if you can't tell by my career. And I really, really struggled. So basically, we get a new project and I actually understand it. So the professor comes in and she groups me with this girl named Leslie, who was really, really nice to me, never caused me any problems or anything. And I was like, oh my God, Leslie, I understand this. Maybe this will get my grades up. Right. So I'm like, oh my God, I might have a chance at this. So get my apron on, get the goggle on, and it's a Bunsen burner test, right? So as we're lighting the Bunsen burner, we're getting everything ready. Do you remember that it's like the pH test? So you like put something in, you get the pH levels and stuff like that. I'm sure many people did this. So behind me, there's more whispers going on. So as those whispers are going on, I get a little bit more suspicious because I'm so focused on this experiment that I'm taking notes and everything's going. Well, I hear one of the kids go, "There's no way that you're going to do that." I just remember hearing that and I'm just like, "What are they talking about?" But whatever. So I'm taking the notes, doing my thing. I put it in the Bunsen burner and then I hear, "Oh my god, he's going to do it." And I felt right here this crazy burn sensation, like a huge sting. So basically right above my elbow, like right here. And and my arm is kind of frozen like this, and I'm taking the note, and all of a sudden, I didn't react. I didn't like do anything crazy. I just look over, and this kid literally took the striker that you light the Bunsen burner with and put it in the Bunsen burner and branded me with it. So he literally went like that and held it down. And I looked over at him and I looked in disbelief. I was like, what? And I knocked it out of his hand. And I think in that half second, he knew what he had done. You know what I mean? In that half second, he was like, oh, I messed up. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not going to say his name, but let's call him Johnny, right? I said, Johnny, what are you doing? And he goes, oh my God, what did I do? I go, go sit down. I literally just said, go sit down. And by the way, he's like 6'4". I'm like 5'6" at the time, maybe 5'5" at the time. I'm tiny. And I just ordered him to go sit back down. Guess what? Professor wasn't in the room, of course. So I look at Leslie, and Leslie goes, oh my God, are you okay? I go, I just want my grade to go up. So I just keep doing the experiment. So I just keep doing it and I'm starting to rash from like here to there. And I'm just powering through this stupid experiment. And the professor walks in, walks past our table, stops, and then walks backwards. And then she looks at me and goes, David, what happened to your arm? And I go, nothing, Miss Merriman. She goes, well, obviously something happened. I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll snitch today. And she goes, so what? I go, he burnt me. I just straight up was like, he was an idiot and he burnt me. I don't care. He burnt me. And she goes, well, you're going to have to go to the clinic. I'm like, but I want my grade to get up. I'm like, I was bullied so much, but I was so used to crap like this. So I was just like, can I just do the experiment? She goes, no, you have to go to the clinic. So it was a brand new high school at the time. Like it was just built. And so I went to the old high school freshman year. And then I got to the new high school sophomore year. So I did that. A whole Nacho Rancheros. Holy crap. 150. Did that bring us over? 985. We're almost there, boys. Wow. That's incredible. All right. I know it's a very long-winded story, but do you guys want me to just end it there or do you want to know the rest? Because it's more just tediousness after that. And the police got involved, which was interesting. But okay. So know the rest. Okay. So thank you, Victor. I think he just got us across. Woo! $1,010, baby. Thank you, Victor. Round of applause for everybody. Let's go. Okay. So I stand up and she goes, okay, you have to go to the clinic because you just got basically a 2nd degree burn. You dork. You can do this experiment another time. I go, no, I want to do it today. She's like, too bad, you're going to the clinic. I go, fine. So brand new high school, right? Which means it was huge. So my class was here on one side of the high school. It was all the way on the other side where the clinic was. So I'm in my apron and goggles. I was too lazy to take it off. I walked all the way to the other side. They go, wow, it appears your arm is burnt. I go, yeah, no way. Can I go back and do my experiment, please? They go, here's a bag of ice. I go, thanks. Walk all the way back. Sit down, the intercom goes off, and they go, David Patterson to the principal's office. I'm like, what now? I get up, go all the way to the other side, and my attacker is there. And he's like blood red in the face, like looking down like this. And I go, what? And then the cops show up, our resource officer shows up and goes, Mr. Patterson, I'm here on the behalf of this incident. Would you like to press charges against this young man? I go, no. And he goes, what? I go, no. And he goes, but you can get him for assault. I go, I don't care. I want to do my experiment. He's like, I beg your pardon? I'm like, you don't understand. And he's just like, well, you need to fill out a report. So I fill out the entire report. I put down the clipboard and they go, is this going to match up to his story? I go, probably not, but I don't care. Walk all the way back to class. I light the Bunsen burner again. Then, after that, they call me back to the library. I go, why do I have to go to the library? They said, oh, we need to document this. So I go there and they take a photo of my arm with an old digital camera, right? And the lady has no idea how to use it. So as I take the ice off of my arm to show the wound, it hurt like a mofo, right? And I'm like, take the photo, take the photo, take the photo. She's like, I don't know how the flash works. Finally, I'm like, whatever. They get it done. Walk all the way back to class again. Sit down. I go, Leslie, tell me you did some work while I was gone. She goes, I did some. I was like, oh my God. I'd go all the way back to the principal again. They said, hey, so we noticed here that you don't want to press charges against this guy. I'm like, no. And then the guy who attacked me looks at me and just goes, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. I got peer pressure into doing it. I'm like, it's fine. I forgive you. I'll see you later. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah. So I go all the way back to class. Finally, sit down, and guess what happens? The bell rings. School's over. I didn't get to do it. So I go to my professor. I go, hey, can I stay after? Can I please finish this? She goes, nope. So I was like, okay. But all the lockers were locked by the time I got back. So I couldn't return the apron and goggles. So here I am. I fold this. I walk all the way to the bus holding apron and goggles, get on the bus. Everybody sees my arm all messed up. And I sat down and this one guy looks at me and goes, rough day, huh? I go, yeah, you could say so. I get back home. I get into the bathroom and I turn some water on to like try to cool my arm up. Not the smartest procedure in the world, but whatever. And my mom walks in and she goes, what happened to you? I go, I got bullied and I got burnt by a bully today in chemistry class. She goes, checks out. And that was the end of the story. But yeah, basically, he got suspended for like a few days, and that was the end of that. But long-winded story, I know. But the scar is not really there anymore. I used a lot of like scar cream over the time, but you could at one point see the brand of the striker in the arm. It was pretty bad. And then he became a cop. What's ironic is I did criminal justice the next year, so almost. Yes, very long way. I got so many stories like that I should just tell on stream, but if you're ever interested. But yeah, people are mean, man. People are savages. So, Lucas, going on that comment, and maybe for a lot of you guys, I'm sure your first instinct was to beat him up. Right. Tried to take, first of all, I was too small. Didn't make any sense. Second, in the Virginia public school system, if you were involved in a fight in any way, you got suspended, even if you didn't punch back. So basically, it wasn't worth it for me. And if you were suspended, I think 9 or 10 days, you had to get held back. So that's why I just kind of tried to keep my composure. Right. So Yeah. There's a lot in there. There's a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, grade school. It's so funny. There's an old home movie, and I'm sure a lot of people in this stream can relate to it. There's an old home movie of my first day of kindergarten, and I get on the bus. Right, my first time getting on the bus, and there's little bowl cut blonde David. I had very blonde hair, and I'm super excited. Right, I'm like, I'm going to school, and then the VHS tape cuts. Right, it does like the over recording cut. I get off the bus. She goes, "How was your first day?" I said, "I never want to go back." So, and I had that attitude. Did you bleach your hair? No, no. I had very natural blonde hair when I was a kid. Believe it, it was platinum blonde. And then I was also on a swim team as well when I was in like late elementary school. So the chlorine and all that too. You know. Whew, that was a long one. Thanks for sticking with me on that one, guys. We're at 110 out of 1500. Dylan Chill, I was accused of being a terrorist in middle school for being a Russian Ukrainian. Wow. That's so shitty, dude. I'm so sorry. Oh, Theo. So that story basically, a kid burnt me with the striker of a Bunsen burner. That's the short form story. Put it in the Bunsen burner, heated it up, and branded my arm with it and burned my arm. Some Muppet type stuff. Esteban, really? God, dude, it's so weird how people like jump to the worst conclusion about people, right? It is so bizarre. Same with Tuxedo's story about being in the Russian mob. Like, dude, come on. Yes, Stroop, it was hard, man. Like, so to give you guys context, excuse me, I was in high school from 2005 to 2009. Yeah. No, oh 06. Oh 06, I believe. Oh, sorry. Oh 05 into oh 06 to 2009. That's when I graduated. So it was hard. It was really hard. Yeah, the real freedom in that era of your life is, I know this sounds kind of grim for people in that era of your life, but it's kind of realizing you're probably not going to see these people ever again. It sounds really brutal, but like the people who gave me the hardest time, I've never seen them again. Never saw them again after high school. Right. And I think we don't want to believe that when we're in the moment, but, afterwards, it's just how it is. PC gaming, that's a crazy one, dog. Hey, Hunter Rollins in the house, aka Nappy Boy Automotive creator, director. Actually, give your official job title. I'll get it wrong. Nappy Boy Automotive. There you go. Anonymous, $50 to the Red Cross. Amazing. Wow. Man, now we're getting there, guys. We're at $1,060. Amazing. Stroop, I agree. When I got my driver's license, I was like a whole different person. Like completely changed. There it is. Content manager and strategist of Nappy Boy Automotive, aka T-Pain. As somebody who went to high school from 2017 to 21, not all the bullying because the nerdy kids were the cool athletic kids. So that's so fascinating. So Hunter, who just joined, I just told this really long-winded bullying story I had, but that is so fascinating because if you had, in my day and age, if you were into anything remotely kind of dorky, oh my God, easy target, right? Like you're such an easy target. And it's almost like I thought it was the weirdest thing when I started seeing like a different crowd enjoying geekier stuff. Does that make sense? It was kind of hard. It's hard to explain, but it was like, wait a minute, you used to make fun of me for gaming all the time. You used to make fun of me for making these references and stuff. Um, oh, here's a good one. So I remember for a lot of people, Hunter can vouch for me who just joined as well. I played a lot of Halo 2. A lot of Halo 2. And so I was really getting into gaming even more then. And I would play other games too. But then I was also watching G4, like G4 Tech TV. And that's like the first place I heard abbreviations for games. Like instead of Grand Theft Auto, you call it GTA and stuff like that. So what's really funny is I had people come over to my house one time and they were like, "Hey, so what games do you play?" And I was like, "Oh, I play GTA and I play Halo 2." And so they go, "GTA? Did you just abbreviate a video game? Like, you're such a weirdo." And now it's like standard, and before GTA 6. Yeah, there's a big difference, I would say, between Halo 2 and Halo 3. Um, 2, I still think Hunter could probably vouch for me on this as well. I think Halo 2 is the biggest skill gap. So if you played it growing up a lot and you were really good at it, it's very hard for people to jump in and be good at it. It because the hitbox is so different and everything. Halo 3 is a lot more user friendly. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a more accessible game. Um, but it's kind of like Counter-Strike 1.6 versus Counter-Strike Source. That's kind of like how I see it. Yeah, I played 3 San Andreas all the way through. $1,000. I'm just blown away that we raised $1,000. I'm just so stoked about that. Like, I didn't know how to feel about tonight's stream. I didn't know how it was going to go, and I know it was very short notice. So I appreciate everybody who's come, by the way. But yeah, it's very, very cool that we were able to at least raise 1,000. But we're 40 away from 1,100, and that sounds a lot better. Don't you love positive peer pressure? Can we aim for 1,500? That sounds like a freaking auction, right? Can I get a 1,500? You need to do more streams. I need to do more streams where it's formatted better. That way the engagement's better, right? I can like show, like I said earlier, like set up OBS and stuff like that. So we can like look things up and talk about things and all that. I think that'll be very good. Um, but yeah, it'd be great. It makes me sad that I have too many responsibilities to invest in GTA 6 like I did 5. Well, GTA 6 is not out yet, so maybe you'll get a little bit of a workload off of that, or just take 3 days off. There's the solution. Nick Davies, welcome to my entire channel where the notification system barely works. All right, let's see here. So I think something that's been pretty fun during this stream is, of course, you guys asking me questions, but I actually enjoy getting your guys' response to the questions. What is some YouTube content that you digest that's non cars? That's always a really interesting thing because we all share cars, right? Is there any kind of subject matter you really enjoy watching on YouTube that's not just cars? Because I have a lot, but I'm curious. Gardening, Legos, interesting. RC cars, commentary, video games, cooking. Wow, this is a lot more diverse than I expected. Oh, Jung's Lab. Who's that dude who does the tornado videos that are so good? He does like they're so well made, and he has such a soft spoken voice. Can't remember his name, but he's super. Seems like a super cool guy. Politics, games, music, video games, speed running's cool. Stroop. Let's see here. Tornado TRX. No, it was man. Pete, thank you so much for the $20 for the Red Cross. Amazing. That's we're at 1,080. 20 more to go for 1,100. Police break. I know you know Donut Operator then. Let's see. Collecting Hot Wheels. Okay. Finance, nuclear energy, politics, engineering, guitar playing, flight, Lego. Okay. Dude, this is great. I'm really stoked that you guys watch like a bunch of different subjects. Really, Hunter? I did not expect that. Okay, not the cars, but just brain rot. That's so funny. Probably just distractions to life, you know? Movie reactions, gun tubers. Yeah, I actually went to range day recently at Demolition Ranch's place. It was a good time. Victor Bryce, $20. Does that bring us 1,100? We're at 1,100 bucks. Oh my god, this is amazing. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna here for the question about the tornado things. I'm gonna find this channel for you. Sweegle Studios. It's spelled like that, basically. Laser Pig. Oh, the guy who talks like this and talks about tanks and airplanes. That's right. Brett Herrera for president. He's a super nice guy. Really nice guy. I enjoy being around him and his crew. Very, very professional. Really? You can't do that's stupid. The donating thing. I met Wendigoon. I met him at the range day. Had a nice short conversation with him. The weirdest thing being a YouTuber is when you like meet another YouTuber and you're like a fan of their content because you're like, do I say I really like their content or do I just go, hi, I'm David? So, you know, Fat Electrician, very well made videos as well. The editing's very good. Anybody here watch movie reviews or if they're into movies or TV? I'm curious if anybody watches anything like that because I watch a lot of that. And if you do, who? I'm curious. 3D printing, I'm sure that's like satisfying to watch. Star Wars lore. So you probably know Theory. You probably know Stupendous Wave. I'm on board. I know. Don't worry. Nostalgia critic. Man, that's bringing it back. Pop culture in general, sure. I watch almost no brain rot, I would say. I always want to learn something or hear commentary about something, which makes me kind of dorky. But, I like that stuff. Film theory, so Matt Pat, okay, or ex Matt Pat, Angry Joe, Do It With Dan. I do enjoy podcasts, yeah. I like lots of podcasts. Let's see here. I think, yeah. Oh, there it is, Nick. That's the one I was looking for. I love his dude. Open Bar is such a good podcast. It's so interesting hearing the perspectives from all of them because they're so cynical about everything. Oh, this is one of my favorites too. I'll write it down for everybody. It's a classic. See if it'll come up. No, I guess not. Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys will know this one. Love them. Red Letter Media. I think they're so funny and so good. They've never changed and they've always stayed true to what they do. Right now, they're blue. Wow, amazing. PKA. Oh yeah, that's like with Kyle, who used to be FPS Russia. That's right. What's your guilty pleasure things to follow on social media? It's not really a guilty pleasure. I think fighter jets are really cool. Like I'll be sucked in by watching like an F-22 or an F-35 or like some crazy Sukhoi do some crazy maneuver going nice. But my wife's like, you're so dorky. I'm like, but Ace Combat, bro. Ace Combat. Playing the Nintendo games. I play Mario Party a lot with my local friends. I'm still trying to get myself to play through Breath of the Wild because I was a big Ocarina of Time guy, big Majora's Mask guy, big Twilight Princess. I played a bunch of them. I just never got through Breath of the Wild. Love the Warthog Bart, dude. Hell yeah, dude. A10 Warthog, baby. Bright Sun Films, specifically Abandoned series. Oh, does he like go through like abandoned areas? I'm guessing that's pretty good. Smarter Every Day. Great content. Very cool. I like how his format's very casual. It doesn't feel overproduced. I do like that a lot. Zelda nerd, Mario Party. Used to play the Pokemon games. They're mid now. Task and Purpose. Yeah, that's Chris Cappy. That's right. Your average infantryman, Chris Cappy. That's right. In a different life, if I didn't have asthma, I probably would have been in the military, but I have asthma, so it kind of made me not have any cool jobs. So that's why I didn't join. Oh, Cosmonaut Variety Hour. He's a fun movie reviewer as well. If you want like the polar opposite opinion on anything, that's him. His is good. Are you kidding me? My story didn't finish uploading on Instagram that whole time. No way. I'm just gonna cancel it at this point because we're so deep into this. That's annoying. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Do you watch RC car channels? No, but I have a few friends who are like super into the RC stuff. Well, you're talking about false civilization. If you want a, if you are into history at all, and you want like a long-winded thing that you could listen to over days, it's Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. Maybe the best history podcast of all time. Like he has there's one behind a paywall, um, but it's 100% worth it because it's like 6 hours long. Oversimplified's great as well, but it's called Ghosts of the Ostfront. It is unbelievable. It's on his website. It is the story of the Soviets versus uh, the Germans. I can't say it on stream, but you know who I'm talking about, and just how crazy that was. And yeah, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. I listened to it on my flight to Saudi and back recently for Dakar. Jacob, the hip hop topics. Did you ever watch the Netflix documentary Hip Hop Revolution? I'm a huge 90s hip hop guy. I probably don't look like it, but I am. I absolutely adore like Nas, Illmatic, Gangstar, Moment of Truth, freaking Tribe Called Quest, like all that stuff. I love that stuff. And it was great. I thought it was really good. Let's. How we doing? Are we stuck on the 1060? No. Oh yeah, we were at 1100. That's right. Duh. That's a good number though. It's a good number. I think I will. Think I'll end the stream at 2 hours 45 minutes. Let's go with that for now. I did watch the Avicii documentary and I wanted to cry because I actually saw him. I saw him in 2015 at my first ever festival. So kind of hit home for me too. It's also like hard for me to think about that he was having a hard time up on the stage as I was watching the set. You know what I mean? Like it's weird to like look back on that. But you know, it's a heavy documentary, man. Absolutely heavy. Bye, Victor. Thank you for everything, by the way. Let us know when you do a K1 meet. Would you do? Absolutely. I'm gonna see if I can actually organize a K1 night. I want to see if we can make that happen. Thank you, Victor. I appreciate that. Actually does make a difference. People don't realize it, guys. Like, do you know how much better off my videos would do if people just hit the like button and commented? Like the algorithm would go like, "Wow, this is amazing." That's what kills me. It's like I have so many more like older viewers now who are just like, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I don't want to do all the things." But it does help a lot. Do you watch WWE? No, but when I was in eighth grade, I watched one full season and kept up with it just because I wanted to like see what it was like. And ironically, I think I lucked out because it was the year of You Can't See Me and John Cena and all that. So it was a good time to watch it for sure. Back when he had the jorts, you know. Oh, I don't have one to be honest with you. I met Goldberg. I met him a year ago. It was like, it's freaking Goldberg. And I just talked to him for a little bit about cars. Hold that thought. I am going to use the bathroom really quick. So if you have anything else, go ahead and write it down and I'll scroll back up. Give me 1 second. Elevator music. I know you're going to make fun of my chair. It's old, okay? All right. I'm back. Don't worry, I washed my hands. I know. It's nothing really. Have you seen Oppenheimer? I did. I really did. Okay, to be fair, this chair has been with me since the dawn of That Dude in Blue. Okay, like I edited all my first videos in this chair. It's got a legacy, you know, absolute legacy. Yeah, it was one of those like you feel like you had to go worse than you needed to. It was one of those. It's like the damn hat. Yeah, this isn't the OG hat, but the OG hat's at my house. Yeah, I should have put that in a glass case at this point. Llamas with hats throwback, and also Charlie the Unicorn. Okay, what are we at time wise? Okay, I think I'm gonna end in about 4 minutes or so because I need to get home because it's starting to get late here. So I am very happy that we've hit 1,100 bucks. That is really solid. Really stoked about this. Ford vs Ferrari is great. I thought it was really well done. Really well done. When is next stream? No, this is not my house. No, this is an office space and my warehouse. When I put where I put some of my project cars and stuff. $300. Holy sh! Oh my god! Can we just? Can we just? Hold on. You're getting a freaking dude. I'm screenshotting that. Auto Extremes. Oh man, is that Rob? Did Rob just show up? Thank you, dude. Holy crap, this is amazing. Now you're gonna freaking get me stuck here. Oh my god, we met the goal? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Wow. I'm blown away. I'm blown away right now. Like I'm speechless because first of all, shout out to freaking Nachos Rancheros. Like unbelievable. And also Auto Extremes. Thank you so much, Mr. Rob and crew. Wow. I am stoked right now. And you guys sat through like a 20-minute story about one of my high school things. All to meet our goals of the LA wildfires. Whew. I'm so happy right now. Wow. Fires are not funny. But Man, I I'm speechless. I'm stoked. Guys, we did that. We raised $1,500 in 2 hours and 40 minutes with 100 viewers. Okay, sorry. Now 1511. Wow. Oh man. Yeah, no, I mean, I contacted a lot of people in SoCal that I'm friends with, and all of them were like, I don't know if my house is going to be there. And they didn't live in just like the rich areas. I think that's a big misconception. Like, tons of people lost their homes. Tons of people did, not just like the super uber wealthy. Those are the headlines, right? Oh, Paris Hilton lost her house. She's gonna be fine. But it's the people who barely survive in LA. Like, it's crazy to think that in LA, like, making 80 to 90K a year is not enough, let alone losing your house. Like, God, wow. By the way, Legend, it was pretty crazy. That car was crazy. Wow. Well, I think that's just. Should I go 5 more minutes? Let's go, or 4 more minutes. Let's go 4 more minutes to be 2:45. Let's do that. We'll be 2 minutes shorter than the movie Wicked or whatever it was. It was 3 hours almost. It's funny. My wife really liked Wicked, and I didn't see it because I was out of town. And she was like, "Can you go see it, like, so we can talk about it?" And I literally just stood up. I said, "Okay," and I just walked out the door and went and saw it. And then I came back. Yeah, GM, it's crazy. 120, dude, you're living life really good on most of the East Coast and most of the Midwest on that salary. I don't really watch sports, but when I was a kid, I followed the Last Dance, you could say. When I got to see the Jordan Bulls play and stuff, it was amazing. Story time with that dude in blue. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to my seminar. Rob, I went to Saudi Arabia and came back after going to Dakar Rally, and I'm still recovering from it. But other than that, same old, same old. I hope things have been good for you, brother. I know it's been a while, and I hope your holiday was good too. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. We've crossed that mark. Parker, great. Parker. I'm gonna try to make it this year for sure. I loved it this year, obviously. Yeah, it was good times, Rob. I had 10-hour layovers in two different airports, so that was a little rough. But oh, also, yeah, it was a pretty cool time. Yeah, Mendoza. It's one of those things where when I was talking earlier, I was like, make sure to not drag it out. Just, you still have Smurf? Yes, I still have Smurf. Yeah, Ultra, what's the exchange rate for Aussie dollars or New Zealand dollars versus American? Is it pretty close? I could look it up right now, but I'm just kind of. Fernando, that'll be next time. How about that? It'll be next time I stream. I'll talk about that. I got some embarrassing ones for that. How do you still look like you're 23? If I shave, I definitely age 10 years. That's for sure. Or that way. TJ240, I gotta finish it still. Just time. Or refinish it. Clavis Treadman win. I might go to Utah later in the year, so maybe. Okay, so it's actually a bigger difference than I thought. Is that your favorite hat? Yes, it's been around the world with me, just like the last Hurley one. DJ streams, dude. I love doing those, but they all got copyright stricken and muted, so I stopped doing them. Those were so fun. Zelda, you just email me. It's ThatDudeinBlue@gmail.com. Stress beard is still a thing, but not as severe. I try not to go full Amish anymore, you know, but okay, fellas, if you have any more, I'm not gonna ask any more because you guys have done amazing. But if you have any more donations, get it out of the way, because I'm gonna end the stream. But I really, really, really appreciate everybody, because a lot of you guys I noticed stayed the whole time. I noticed almost at least half of you guys stayed this whole stream, and I really appreciate that. And at the same time, I'm so flattered that you guys just can stick around and watch me talk in a room and not have to be engaged with like a million things going on at once. Like, I really appreciate that, and coming to hang out and just doing that. And really appreciate it. I'm just rambling now, but thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very fulfilling to do this charity stream. So thank you guys. And Alexander, thank you so much for that last minute donation. But appreciate y'all. And I hope you all have a really, really good night. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys.